In this discussion, you can see how to change the user environment using 5 different ways. The first is changing the context, second is changing the user, third one is changing the company. Then after we will apply the sudo rights to the particular operation, and the last one we will change the database cursor also. In case you missed previous discussion about what is the user environment, please check, link is given in description. Now we are trying to change the context first. Going to an editor and go to here, custom module. Okay, so now we are trying to create a new profile for the res partner using with context. Inherit res partner, then after API model def create vals, and here we are trying to print environment user env self.env, and then after user, then after company, then after companies, then after context, and here we are adding partner values and simple vals. For this one, and now we are trying to create this contact using with underscore context. Okay, so we created we inherited this res partner model and override this create profile, also added this print statements for the reference purpose, and I'm going to here in terminal and restart the service, and same I will log into the sales command, and here I'm again going to browser and go to in contacts list. You can see here like administrator, company B, company, my company, and WebLearns. This 4 contacts is available right now, and whatever the contact we have to create, we can simply like click here and give here any name and click to save button, right? Then after you can see here like the company reference and all are not mandatory fields, only the name is mandatory field. So trying to create from backend side using with context. So first of all, if you don't know like how to use this what is this self.env, we already discussed in previous discussion, so you can just refer that one. So let me give you one overview here, like partner obj self.env res partner, then after I'm just simple create partner something like this, and once I will enter, you can see like this is user environment. Then after the current user name is the current user is user1 as a odoo bot user. Then after the company is 1 and supported company is also 1. Then after you can see this context, this line number 275, like we are trying to update this one using with underscore context. How we will see here, like let's say partner, and yeah, let me first commit this changes, and if I'm going to here and refresh the page, you can see this partner is created. and again I'm going to create this partner, the new partner with context. So let me add something like this. So whenever you have to change the environment, then you have to use something like this way, like it should be a self or it should be a record set here, and then after we have to use something like this, then after dot with underscore context, and in this context we have to pass your own context. But let me first add here one variable like custom context equal to self.env, then after dot context dot copy. So you can see here, like I have this context in this variable, and now what I will do is here I am adding like context, then after I am adding a new key like default underscore font 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, that's it. And if I will print here like custom context, custom context, so you can see lang, then after time zone, and we have this new key default underscore font, and the value is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So now what we have to do here is we need to pass this context, not this one here. So for that one we have to use something like this partner underscore obj, then after with underscore context, and here we have to pass like this context our variable, and then we have to call any method. Like right now I'm using this create method. Also you can pass your custom method also here, like name, then after like with context partner, and once I will enter, you can see it will print this print statement, and we will see the difference. So you can see this is the environment, this is the current user, the current company and supported companies, and you can see here now the environment, the user environment context is changed. Previously it was like language and time zone, and you can see here now we have this default underscore font context, the new key. You can see here this is the default context. Previously we created this partner, right? So that time it was this one, and now you can see it's having this new key. So something like this way you can update your context using with underscore context, something like this way. The one question arises in your mind, like how to call this with context inside this super statement. Yeah, it is very easy. You have to use here like self, then after dot with context, and here you have to pass the self.env dot context, not here. If you will add here something like this, then what happened is like the Odoo itself confused here, and it will throws the recursive exception. So better to use after the self statement here like dot, then after with context and your custom context. So this way you can change the environment context using with underscore context. And let me commit this one. Okay, and go to here and refresh the page. You can see with context partner is created. Also you can see the default phone number also appear 1 2 3 4 5 6. It's because this field name is phone, and whatever you are passing in context as a default underscore, like this one, default underscore, and the field name, and if you are giving any value, the specific value, it will store into a specific field, respective field. So something like this way you can use, you can change the context. Now we are changing the user also. So I'm going to here in browser and open a new tab, and let me show you the users. Right now we have two users, one is the administrator and one is a WebLearns. One more thing is inactive users. You can see here like public user, portal user, Odoo bot. Currently right now we are using Odoo bot in terminal side, and front end side you can see this administrator. So what I will do is, we are passing this WebLearns user to create a new partner from backend side, and you can see the ID is 6. And yes, you can see this partner created by this Odoo bot user here the 5 minutes ago. And same you can see here the Odoo bot also created this partner. So now what we are doing is, in backend we are using this user, but we are creating partner with this user. So it means we are changing the environment user here. So how to do this, we will see something like this way, like WebLearn user, then after equal to self.env res users, then after we have to use browse and giving a 6 id, because that user having the 6 id. Oops, sorry. So you can see this is the user, and if I will try to print the name, you can see the WebLearns. Okay, so now we have to create, and yes, you can see here like self.env.user. Right now I am login as a root user, Odoo bot. So I will create new partner, then after here I have to use with user, and using with user I have to pass here the instance of the particular user. It means like this WebLearn user, like WebLearn user. Then I have to use like dot create name WebLearns user partner, something like this. I'm adding as a, I'm creating a new partner, and once I will click enter, you can see the environment. Then after you can see here the user is changed. If user is changed, and you can see here the company also automatically changed, because in this user the current company is 1 and dependent companies are 2 and 1. For the double check you can see here. So default company is my company, which is the ID is 1, and allowed companies is this one, my company and company B. So it's also automatically changed based on the user also, and once the environment is also changed, it will also change the respective variables. Then after, let me commit this one, self.env.cr.commit, and I'm going to here in front end side and go to in list view. You can see here like this one, WebLearns user partner. And if I'm going to here, you can see who created this. WebLearns user created a minute ago. So something like this way you can change your user from background using with_user. Now we are trying to add company also. We are trying to change the company also. But here let me add some change in create method of the partner, like if company underscore id is not in vals, then vals company underscore id equal to self.env.company.id. So what I'm doing, what I'm trying to use this statement is, like I'm just changing the company from background. It will store company inside this contact, and try to restart the service here to change this one. And also I'm exit from this terminal and re-execute the same command, partner object equal to self.env partner. Then after I'm using company, so you can see here right now the company is self.env.company. So right now the default company is 1 for the Odoo bot user. So you can see here this is our Odoo bot user, and now I will try to pass the different company underscore b equal to self.env company. Then after browse, and you can see here company b is this one and the name is company b. Now what I will do is I will just alter the user environment. The company should be the company replace from 1 to this one. And yes, if you are using Odoo 13 or lower version, then this option is not available. This option is only available in version 14 onwards. So partner obj.with company, and here I am passing the company underscore b, then after dot create name company partner, something like this. And once I will enter, you can see the user is the bot user. Then you can see here the current company is 2, then after supported companies is also 2, and here the context also changed, like allowed company underscore IDs is 2. If you see the previous one, like the user and all, we did it won't change the context, but whenever you change the company using with underscore company, then this key automatically add based on the company which you pass here. Let me commit this one, self.env.cr.commit, and I'm going to here in list view, Kanban view, and refresh the page. You can see this company partner, and if I'm going to here in sales and purchase, you can see by default is a company B, and who created this? Bot user created. So this is the way you can change the company also. Now we are trying to change the cursor cursor means this one, self.env.cr. This one we are trying to change. Now I am going to here. Okay, you can see this custom button method, and here let me comment this one, and try to change the environment, trying to change the cursor here. To do so, we have to use something like this. Like first we need to import registry here, registry. Then I have to go to downside and registry. Then after, in bracket, we have to use like self.env.cr, the db name, and initiative, the new cursor, and we have to store inside a new variable. And then we have to create a new partner, self.env res.partner. Then we have to use something like this, with underscore env, and here we have to use something like this, like self.env. I have to use cr equal to new cr, and then create name new env cr partner. We have to store inside the variable partner id, and we need to commit. So you have to remember this one, like whenever you are creating a new cursor and using this with env, you must have to commit this one. If you have forgot to commit, then it won't be reflect in front end side. First let me comment this one and try to do the same without commit, and let's see what happen. I'm going to here front end side and go to in school profile, and I'm adding that logic inside this button click event. If I will click here, oops, we have some error, enc, okay, spelling mistake, env. Restart the service and go to again front end side and click here. Okay, process done. And if I'm going to here, you can see here that partner is not created yet because we didn't commit, but the before we can see here. So you can see this is the environment, previously the cursor was, and now you can see this is the different one. It's created a new cursor. Also you can see the cr, the cursor itself also changed. And if I'm going to here and uncommit this line, like partner id.env.commit, and restart the service again and go to here front end side and click one more time. Oops, what happened now? Okay, we did one mistake here, sorry, we forgot the cr also, and click again here. Okay, process done and partner created successfully, also committed. Here you can see here this new env-cr partner, and partner created by as administrator, this one. So something like this way you can change your the whole env using like this way, using with underscore env. Let's see one more case, and this case is widely used. Let's say this administrator user or the WebLearns user, this user don't have any single permission for these two models, like even read, create, then after delete and update permission don't have. There is a many cases that time we need to forcefully do some operations in a particular model which don't have a single access rights. First, let's see the default behavior of Odoo. Like, what if we are trying to create one profile for the student test model using administrator, but that user don't have a single permission. Student test demo, let me comment this one and go to terminal, restart the service, and go to here in the student profile and trying to create here. So you can see, like, you are not allowed to create student test records, and contact your administrator to request access if necessary. This access error rise from the Odoo itself because this user don't have a create permission. What we did is we forcefully use this model and to say, hey, create this profile along with this name. So Odoo having a flag, hey, hold on, you don't have any permission for this user right now and you cannot do anything. So it's breaking the flow right now here, and you can see here this is the access issue, access error rise. So here, like, Odoo giving you one more solution here is bypass all the access rights for this user using sudo keyword. Like, how to apply, you can see here, like, here is your object or a record set, then after you have to use like sudo, something like this. So here any Odoo's ORM method or your custom method, and just call that method, that's it. So what sudo keyword is do, like, it will bypass all the access rights and it will try to forcefully do the operation. And here what we did is, like, we create new record for this student.test model. Let me restart the service here and go to here in front end side and try to click here. So you can see it's created successfully, and again go to here backend side, and let me go to inside the cells command, self.env, and here, like, I'm using like student.test. Then after, I'm using search method to retrieve all the records. You can see one record is created, and let me print the name. You can see here student test demo, this one. And one more thing is, like, you can see here who created this record, like create underscore uid. So user2, and what is the username, you can see administrator. So you can see this administrator created because we clicked from the front end side using this administrator user. If you want to bypass all the access rights related warning message, then you can use simply sudo, that's it. So it will change the current user's environment. So something like this way you can use this sudo keyword. And finally, like, so finally we are changing 5 ways using with env, then after with context, then after with user, then after with company, and finally sudo. So these 5 keywords we have to remember to edit the current user environment. And for this one, like this with underscore company is newly introduced in Odoo version 14, but if you see the older version you cannot find this keyword. So I hope you have a basic understanding about what is the user environment and how to edit that current user environment using this 5 keyword. If you have any doubt, please comment below and see you in next session.